All right. That was Johnny Sales with My Love's a Monster. Before that, we had Werewolf Bar Mitzvah by Jeff Richmond and Tracy Morgan. And starting off that short set, we had Gravy with Some Cyanide by John, I think it's it's either Zaccarelli or Zaccarelli. I don't know.
I like Zaccarelli.
Zaccarelli. On the phone with me right now, oh boy, get ready to be scared.
I'm terrified.
We've got an actual spooky skeleton. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm here, Jimmer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is Derrick, and he's an actual spooky skeleton. So before I start, I just wanted to say it's not too often we get an opportunity like this. You know, it just kind of fell into my lap. I was saying to the lovely Lady Jasmine here that when I saw you at the coffee shop yesterday, I just knew that this was the right place and the right time to get you on the show. And with Halloween coming up, I wanted to have a real qualified individual on the show to really get to the root of the Halloween spirit. So I just want to say thank you for being on the show, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, no, I was a little startled, when you approached me, but, I'd heard your show before, figured, why not? Couldn't hurt,
Well, thank you very much. Now, before we get too much further, for the fans who are listening, I'm speaking with a gentleman who goes by the name of Derrick. Derrick is an actual spooky skeleton, and I ran into him the other day at Starbucks, and I have to admit, after my knees stopped shaking, and I got up the courage to go over and talk to him, I'd asked him if he'd be on the show. Now, Derrick, I guess what probably what's on everybody's mind is what it must be like to be in your shoes, or, I guess what is it like to be you, since, I guess you aren't actually wearing any shoes or clothes for that matter. You're just a skeleton.
Yeah, well, funny you mentioned that, Jimmer. Not wearing clothing, it's kind of liberating, but for a while there I did try and wear clothing of the sort, just kind of just slip right off. The wife's always telling me I ought to eat more, put on a little weight so those clothes have something to stick to, but never really could pack on many pounds. And wearing clothes, when I did wear them, it was just really more of a hassle than anything. I've had to have been stopped maybe 10, 12 times a week just when I was wearing the clothes, with people stopping me trying to get an autograph thinking I was Callista Flockhart or one of the Molson twins.
Well, yeah, I can't imagine that'd be pretty frustrating. But okay, so you're a spooky skeleton. You're just a skeleton, and I want to hear more about you. But hold on one second. I think I heard you say that you have a wife. Okay, now she must be a spooky skeleton too, right?
Oh no, she's a beautiful woman there, Jimmer. My Angela does accounting work for some of the local real estate assessors in the area. Now she's the love of my life, and together we have a wonderful son, Bryce.
So, Derrick, it's Jasmine. So is Bryce at least a creepy skeleton?
Well, no, we had to adopt little Brycey, due to my lack of a Willie. Can I say that on the air?
Yeah, Willie's okay to say.
Okay. Yeah, without a Willie, it's sort of difficult to procreate without the right equipment, you see.
Okay, well, that's fine. We should probably move on here and get to some of the spooky stuff. So tell me, Derrick, about the worst you've ever scared someone. Have you ever sent somebody to the hospital just from a scare? I'm sure you have. You just tell us about it.
Oh, my eyes. You want to talk about scary? How about looking at the price of a gallon of milk these days, Prices are through the roof on everything. And my golly, don't even get me started on the price of oat bran either. Oh, geez.
Well, yeah. I guess inflation is pretty frightening. But how about those people that you've scared with your we'll call them spookings?
Yeah.
You call them spooking. Well, that's a hoot. Oh, my stars. Well, I just about forgot about when I used to do those things.
Well, can you tell us about a time maybe when you've terrified someone? Come on, Derrick. I have you on the show to, let's you're here to help set the pace for the Halloween mood. So, come on, don't disappoint us. How about you give us a good story about when you really struck fear into someone?
Okay. Well, there's this one time that.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so let's pretend we're sitting around a campfire, and sorry to cut you off, but do you mind telling this like it's a ghost story so we can get the full effect?
Yeah.
Oh my eyes. Oh golly. Well, okay. Okay. So it was a cold night. The wind whistled as it blew through the barren branches of the trees. The family sitting around the dinner table silently. You could hear the creak of the old house as Mother slowly raised her head and asked, "Where's the cranberry sauce?" The family gasped. "There is no cranberry sauce," I bellowed. The store was out of cranberry sauce. The family's eyes froze in terror. "But we always have cranberry sauce," cried Mother. And then, just when everyone was at their most fearful, I spoke. "All right, I'm just joshing you," I said, and I reached under the table and pulled out a brand new jar of cranberry sauce.
Jimmer, I thought you said he was creepy. What the hell was that?
He is creepy, but I guess we really didn't get to the details when I talked to him at the Starbucks. But I'm sure you've got some better stories than that, Derrick. I mean, I saw this guy. He's a real life skeleton and everything. So let's give him another chance. Okay, so Derrick, you sort of started off strong there with the story, and then but then it kind of, it was just, it wasn't a scary story. And, I kind of brought you on the show because you're a creepy walking skeleton. Okay. Now, do you have any creepier stories about how you've, terrorized people?
Josh Geet, gee jolly there, Mr. Jimmer. I don't know about all that. I haven't really terrorized many people over the years. All that stuff is really a young man's game, they say. These days, I'm content just sitting at home with my darling Angela and peeling the skin off the eyeballs I collect from the morgue.
Wait, what was that last thing you said?
Oh, I like to sit at home with my wife.
And then after that?
Oh, we peel the skin off the eyeballs. We collect from the morgue there.
Hey, that's kind of spooky.
Yeah, that's spooky.
Well, yeah. Derrick, I'd really like to thank you for being on the show today. And maybe I'll see you at Starbucks again.
All right. Don't forget to dip the baby's face in acid.
I'm sorry?
In the acid there. Just a little dip. So otherwise you can hear him scream.
All right. Okay, Derrick. Well, you kind of pulled it out there at the end. I'd really like to thank Derrick for being on the show today. He's an actual spooky skeleton. And he seems like a pretty all right guy. We've got some more Halloween songs for you today coming up in for the rest of the show. We've got about 45 minutes left with you. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can give us a call at 773-508-WLUW. That's 773-508-9589. And up next, we've got some haunted hip-hop.
Haunted hip-hop.
This is Houdini with Haunted House of Rock on the Wood and Breakfast radio program.